Every business guru on the internet is telling you to scale fast, spend big, and go all in. And I get it. But here's what nobody's showing you. We started Rhinos Exterior Cleaning business just a few months ago. We've grown almost entirely through referrals, and we haven't borrowed a single dollar to do it. And today I want to make the case that slow, borrowing, debt-free growth may actually be the most powerful business strategy you're not using. So in this video, I want to share with you 5 things we've learned in this short journey, 5 reasons why we are choosing the slow road, and why I believe it is the smarter road. Number 1, the majority of our clients have come through referrals, not paid ads. And I want to explain why that matters more than most people realize. When we started Rhinos Exterior Cleaning business, we made a decision not to throw money into paid ads. First, we couldn't afford it. But here's what we could afford to do: exceptional work on every single job. And you know what happened? Clients started talking about us. 1 client became 2, 2 became 4. Customers have called us because a friend recommended them to us. This is how referrals work. They are slow at first, and then they compound, just like how interest works. Because a referral doesn't cost you a dollar, it costs you reputation. Now, here's what I want you to understand about paid ads. They can work. I am not here to tell you they don't, but paid ads require cash. And when you are building from zero, every single dollar you spend on ads is a dollar you are not reinvesting in equipment, in your process, or in your people. More importantly, an ad brings you a stranger. A referral, on the other hand, brings you a warm client who already trusts you before you even shake their hand. The conversion rate is way higher. The complaints are fewer, and the relationship lasts longer. If your ambition is aligned with delivering real quality, referrals will come. But you have to be patient, you have to be consistent, and you have to resist the temptation to rush. Number 2, what's the real cost of financing equipment to grow faster? I want to be very honest with you here because this is personal. When we started our business, we were just offering pressure washing services, specifically cleaning driveways and patios. I was tempted to borrow money to buy new equipment to offer window cleaning, roof cleaning, and soft washing. I thought I would pay back that debt from jobs we got. But here is the one thing you don't see. Borrowing money looks so good on paper, but let me show you what that actually looks like in real life. Say you borrow money to buy a commercial pressure washer. Your monthly payment could be easily between $300, maybe even $400. Now, you need more clients just to cover that payment every single month before you even pay yourself a dollar. You've added financial pressure to a business that was running with no pressure at all. And here's what nobody tells you. Equipment breaks down, jobs fall through, a client cancels, a season slows down. Now you still owe that payment, and that payment does not care that February is quiet. We believe, we as Christians, that a borrower is a slave to the lender. I'm not here to preach to you, but I will tell you this as a business owner. The moment you sign a financing agreement, you have created an obligation that does not flex with your business reality. That obligation is rigid. Your revenue is not. So we chose to grow with what we have. We took smaller contracts, we reinvested in the business, and we waited. And we still own everything we operate. That peace of mind is worth more to me than any equipment upgrade. Number 3, reinvesting your profits keeps you in control of your business. And control is something most new business owners underestimate the value of. Here is a question I want you to sit with. How does your boss make money? The answer to this is your labor. You show up, you work, they profit. That is the traditional arrangement. Now, when you borrow money to grow your business fast, you've created a new boss, the bank, or the lender, or the company you're borrowing from. You are now working to serve their interest before you serve your own. You've traded one boss for another boss. When you reinvest your profits, even slowly, you remain the owner. You make decisions based on your vision, not based on a payment schedule. For us, every job we complete, we set aside a portion of that revenue to continue improving and growing the business. It is slow, not glamorous, but we are planting seeds. And when those seeds grow, we own the harvest, not the bank. The life you want is not handed to you. It is built brick by brick. And every brick you lay with your own resources is a brick that cannot be taken from you. That is where real control lives. Number 4, cutting corners to compete will kill your reputation before your business ever has a chance to grow. I see this everywhere in this industry. When you are under financial pressure, when you have payments to make, employees to pay, overhead to cover, the temptation to cut corners becomes real. Maybe you rush a job to get to the next one. Maybe you use cheaper chemicals that do not perform as well. And maybe you take on jobs you're not fully equipped to handle because you need the cash. And one bad job can undo 10 good ones. Let me tell you what reputation actually is in a service business. It is the only asset that compounds faster than money. Every 5-star review is a referral waiting to happen. Every client who trusts you sends you 2 more. But the reverse is also true. One complaint, one problem left unresolved, one client who felt let down, that spreads too. In business, your name is everything, especially when you're small, especially when you're new. Protect it like it is your most valuable asset, because it is. Don't rush to compete. Compete to last. Number 5, and this is one that is most important of all of them. The mindset shift that changed how my wife and I think about growing this business we have. We stopped measuring success by how fast we are growing and started measuring it by how solid the foundation we are building is. Most people look at a business and ask, how big is it? We started asking, how stable is it? How sustainable is it? If we had a bad month, could we survive it? In the Bible, in Genesis, there's a story of Esau who traded his entire birthright, his generational inheritance, for a bowl of soup. He was hungry in that moment, and in that hunger, he made a decision that cost him everything. There's a lot to learn from that story. We are not going to trade our long-term peace for a short-term win. We are not going to trade our debt-free foundation for a bowl of soup. Slow growth is not failure. Slow growth is discipline. And discipline, compounded over time, builds something that no overnight success ever could. If you are building a business right now, I want to encourage you. The slow road is not the wrong road. Stay consistent, protect your foundation, keep reinvesting, and trust the process. Because the life you want is not handed to you, it is built brick by brick. So, those are the 5 reasons we are choosing to grow slowly and why I believe it is the smarter play for where we are right now. I want to hear from you. Are you building a business debt-free, or did you take on financing to grow faster? Drop your comment below. If this video gave you something useful, like and share it with someone who is building something. They need to hear this. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more videos on business, growth, and creating a life that actually matters. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.